Well, hello, this is Rosa, RCG Creations. How are you doing? I'm bringing to you another low-cal video. This is going to be canned chicken pizza. So the canned chicken is going to be my crust. Now, I did do a video. If I remember, I'll put it on the, I'll link it in the description box. Okay? And with cauliflower. We enjoyed it, it was okay, but after the third pizza, we were kind of, nah. And what you do is you get your chicken, this is what it's going to look like once it's done. Drain it on a strainer. Try to get the canned chicken in water. Put it in a towel or cheesecloth, whatever it is that you have. And then just twist it. Because the object is just like the cauliflower pizza, is you want to get all the water. See that dripping water? Is you want to get all that water out, so you can have a crunchy crust. So you need to get as much water out as possible. And by putting it in a towel or a cheesecloth, that's what helps get the extra moisture out of the canned chicken. Now, yeah, you can do the canned chicken in the oil, but that's not really very good. And the whole purpose of doing this is for lower calories than a regular yeast crust pizza, or a different flavor than cauliflower pizza. Because you never know what you're going to like and what you're not going to like until you try it. You may love, I have two good friends that love the California pizza. I mean, they don't love it like a regular pizza, but remember, they're trying to lose. There's an ulterior motive. Ulterior motive is to lose weight. So in order to lose weight, you need a compromise on what you're putting in your food and what you're eating. So you'll see a bunch of the extra moisture in the towel. And look, see how much water I got out of there? Oops, I don't want to spill it. See that water that's in there? And there were 12-ounce cans. There are 4 12-ounce cans of chicken because we need to make at least 2 pizzas. So hubby and I can have leftovers for tomorrow's lunches. So you just twist. Of course, this would help if we had somebody with some muscle that was doing this, but if it's just you and that's all you got, then that's all you got. But of course, the more water that you get out, the drier the chicken is going to be. See, I just got some more water. Look at that. And feel free to do it in little patches. Look at that. See that water coming out? Because I personally like a crunchy, and it will be a thinner crust. I mean, I'm sure you can lay it on thick, make it a thicker crust, but then you want the whole thing to bake and not burn. So again, since this is my first time doing it, I don't know. We'll see. But this gets tired on your fingers when you're not used to doing this kind of motion. If you have cows and you milk your cows, you're used to this. When you're milking your cows, but I don't have any farm animals in my home. But it looks like I've done pretty much most of it. I did get a whole lot out. Here's my little strainer that I started with. So let me get that extra moisture out of that one because I don't want to put it back. And then that is what it looks like. So I'm going to put this back in here on this plate. And see that? Just all flaky crust. Because I'm going to go wash my hands. What you're going to do next is, just like the cauliflower pizza, is you're going to scramble. I'm going to do 2 eggs because I did a double batch here, so we had enough pizza. And I'm going to get all this chicken off of here because that's some good eating. I don't want to waste it, especially with the price of groceries right now. I don't want to waste any of this stuff. So Actually, you know, I'm just do it the smart way, Rosa. Just dump it back in the bowl because that's where I'm going to mix it in. Okay. So that takes care of that. I'm going to go wash my hands and I'll bring you back at that next phase because this is chicken and I don't want to be touching too much stuff and I definitely don't want to be touching my camera very much. So I'll bring you back with the next phase, which is we're going to add the egg. Okay, we're back now. Wash my hands. Got me my eggs. Isn't this a cute little egg container? I like it. And I like it even more. The reason I got it is because you can see how many eggs are in the container, so when you get ready to do your grocery list, you can look it up right quick. Okay, so just gonna break. I'm gonna went ahead and got 3 eggs because I got a big batch, and I want to make sure it gets pretty mixed up pretty darn well. I'll miss some of my yolk. Okay, then I'm not gonna use the spoon, so I'm just trying to get my hair in my face. I'm not gonna use the spoon, I'm just gonna use my hands to break this all up and mix it all up. So I'm just breaking up the yolks, and I'm gonna incorporate all this together, and I'm just mixing it up by hand. I like working with my hands on some things, not all things, but some things. And it's also less dishes to wash up. So you just want to make sure you mix the egg all over all the pieces of the chicken. So grab down to the middle bottom as you're mixing it up and bringing it down. There we go. That looks like it's done pretty darn good. Let me just make sure all the egg is mixed up. And then just turn the ball as you're going. Get inside to the middle of it and bring it out. It's just like when you're making a cake or making some cookies. Here I am talking locale and I'm talking about cookies and cake. You can definitely smell the chicken. That's all it is right now. It's just plain chicken, but it's going to be pizza pretty soon. Okay, so that looks pretty well incorporated. See that? So now I'm going to bring the camera over to, with my good hand, shut this off, bring the camera over to where I'm going to press it into the pizza pans. So I'll bring it right back. Okay, it's recording. Okay, we're back. Here's where we're going to line it up. Added, if you just do one batch, I'll put the directions and all that, and I'll do a pop-up also of the ingredients. But you add Parmesan, shredded Parmesan cheese, and then you mix it all up. Whoops, making a mess. But I caught it. So nothing got on the counter. And then you're just mixing it all up again. I could have just done the egg and the cheese together. Saved myself a step. But that's okay because, you know, actually when you're mixing something, it's best to do it in steps and cycles. So that way you know everything got really well mixed. And I just want to make sure that there's cheese and all the layers, and I'm squeezing as I'm going down. I'm squeezing down on the mixture so it goes through all of the, and of course start off with clean hands, clean counter, clean tools. And mix it really well. And I think it's pretty done. Oh, I had a piece of cheese here, but since my table was clean, a little island, I know I'm good to go. Now I'm going to bake this on parchment because I don't want this to stick. So let me add some of the mixture here. And I'm going to bake this on parchment. Then you just want to press it down. Right now I'm only going to use one hand. And I want to make sure I have enough for 2 pizzas. So I'm going to press this down. And of course you want to try to make it round. Make it look like a pizza. And you know, again, this is where I was saying a while ago that you can make it thicker or thinner. Totally up to you how you want to do it. Now this is not going to be totally round. And there's nothing sticking to me because of the moisture that's in the chicken. It's still there. And if you want to give yourself a little bit of a crust edge, like the edge of a crust, pull it over to the side with your thumb, put it in, push it toward the center, and then that gives you a little crust, a raised crust. And I'm just, right now what I'm doing is I'm shaping the pizza. My oven's on 425. It's on preheating. And again, you could use 2 hands if you want to, but I don't see a sense in getting 2 hands dirty. But I'm pressing on the center so it spreads out. Actually, you know, I am going to use 2 hands now, so it could spread out a little bit more. Because I definitely want it to be thinner all the way around. And then I don't want to lose my shape on my crust. It's also nice you can put a little, make a little well to keep your sauce and all your goodies. We're going to have pepperoni and black olives at ours. And then you're going to, once you've got the shape that you want, the thickness that you want, you're going to bake it for about 20 minutes. And of course double check it because everybody's ovens are different. You want it golden, but you definitely don't want it burnt, for sure. Oops, my ring, I don't want an impression of my ring in here. I'm just basically what I'm doing now is just walking my fingers around to thin it around. Okay, actually that looks pretty darn good. Pretty good shape there. Want to make sure it stays in the center of the pan. You know, it looks like we have enough, maybe do 3 pizzas. This also lets me know how this works, how it works out, and how many cans to make the next one. Because if this is good, hubby and I love our pizza, but we're both really trying to lose weight, so we got to get away from yeast crust pizza, which is awesome. Okay, I think that's pretty thin. Yep. Because see, you can always do an indentation. You can always see how thin it is. So that one actually, wash hands. So let me bring that up. See that? You see the thickness on it? And see it has got the little crust area. So let me do this here. And I'm going to do this one, but I'm not going to have you watch that because that's not the big part of it. And we'll bring you back when this is done through cooking. So the next phase would be to add our pizza sauce and all our fixings on top, and then we bake it in the oven. So we'll bring you back to that part in just a minute. Okay, we're back. I ended up, I forgot, I was supposed to add whatever seasonings you want on your crust. Put it in your mix as you're mixing it up with the cheese. So we added buttery steakhouse. It's from Kinder's. And then the Kinder's Italian chopped house. Those are from Sam's. So mine are all mixed up. Javi didn't want to mix his all up, so he just added his seasons on top of his pizza. So now the timer's gone off, so now it's time to add it to the oven. We're going to put them both at the same time for 20 to 25 minutes. And then I'm going to do my dishes, and we'll bring you back because I actually have enough pizza for another pizza. So I'm going to finish that one off, and we'll make that afterwards. All right, we'll bring you back. Okay, we're back. The pizzas are out of the oven. Hubby got his, and he's going to make a barbecue pizza. But he got us turkey slices instead of regular pepperoni. I chopped me up my onions and some bell pepper because I like them. And we're just using regular old Prego pizza sauce. We have it from the last time, so I want to finish off this one here. I don't want to put a whole lot of sauce on here, but I want to put some, but not a whole lot. And you can definitely feel where it's crusty, which is what we wanted because I want it to be crispy. Oh, I forgot. I've got to take this off the parchment paper. Slide right out. Yay! And then we got the pizza pan that's got the holes in it. See that? So the center of it will get cooked from the bottom up. So I'm going to add my little olives. I like my olives. You know what? I should do the pepperoni first. So that'll sit on top. And this is where you just put whatever you want on your pizza, whatever fixings you want. Then you're going to put it back in the oven for however long, depends on what it is. Probably like 10 minutes, 5 minutes. You just want to melt. You want to cook. You want to heat up whatever you put on top. And I would say no more than 10 minutes. I was looking for hubby to tell me because he's at the kitchen table doing his pizza. And I have the third pizza in the oven cooking. Put one in the center. I like me my pepperoni. Move that out of the way. Now add me some onions, but I'm saving some onions for my other pizza that's in the oven right now. But this is mine. I get to load it with my onions and some bell peppers. I got red, orange, and yellow. It's going to look all nice and pretty, colorful. And let me get some of this toward the edge, not just on the center here. That way every bite has some vegetables in it. And that looks pretty good to me, because I got to save enough for my other pizza. And then let me move I can leave my onions and all that there. So I'm going to put it back in the oven FYI, here's a little tip. When you have a cheesecloth or a towel or rag, whatever it is that you're using, and you're using it to strain excess liquid from your food, do yourself a favor while you're in the sink on the garbage disposal side. Rinse it off really well. That way, before you toss it into the washing machine, all the food particles are rinsed off. And that'll help you not clog up your washing machine. Okay. So now it's going to go into the oven. Oh, I forgot my cheese. I got to put my cheese on top. Hubby's got the cheese. And we buy to save money. We buy the block of cheese, and we use our mixer. We shred it with our KitchenAid mixer. We got that attachment, and because if you buy regular packaged shredded cheese, it's got a lot of wax in it. And when you do your own, that avoids that additional wax they put in there. That's just to preserve the cheese. Now I've got mine right on top of the other one, so through the little holes of the pan, if it were to spill a little bit, like melted cheese or whatever, it'll drip down to the other crust of pizza that's underneath it. That's another tip right there for you. Okay, we'll bring you back when the pizza's done, and we're going to do the taste test. Okay, we are back. Mine is in the oven, and hubby's went in, and I'm letting it cool off for just a few minutes. Look at that. Isn't that nice and pretty? And it's hard, not hard, but it's hard. So I'm hoping all the moisture got out and got baked. So it's because I don't like soggy pizza. So I'm gonna grab a plate. And I'm going to slice it with some scissors. It's a little warm. Turn that around. Get me a little slice. There's my little baby pizza. I'm going to let that cool off. Let me angle this and get myself a bigger regular slice of pizza. I want to see how cooked the middle is. Oh, I lost my fixings. Got my veggies. Oh, here's a piece of crust. It's a little soggy. Not a whole lot. So now we're going to go in for the taste test. I have to angle the camera so you can see most of the finished project, which is the pizza, not me. But here's that little bitty piece. And look, it's not falling over like it's mushy. Just a little bit, but not a lot. And look, I can hold it pretty good here. Oh. I don't want to get too close to that hot pan and burn myself. You know, that's good. It's crunchy. Now I'm going to taste a piece of the crust. Definitely, when you're mixing, when you're mixing your egg and your Parmesan cheese, put your seasonings in there. This could have gone for a little bit of salt, but I don't want to put too much salt because I'm not much of a salt eater. Because with the pasta sauce, the pizza sauce, I'm sorry, but I'm burning up. And all the veggies and the pepperoni, for me, that's enough salt. But for the crust, like if say you want to just do a cheese pizza, you've got some crunch. I can tell you right now, I do taste a little bit of the chicken, but not a whole lot. It's not overpowering. Like the cauliflower pizza, the cauliflower was very overpowering. So, as far as I'm concerned, this is definitely a 2 thumbs up. And I would be making this again. But I'm going to bring you back when hubby's pizza is done, so we can show you. This is a great way to eat pizza, have it low-cal. We used canned chicken for the crust, turkey pepperoni. Now this one, of course, is 70 calories per serving. But as you saw, I didn't put a whole lot of sauce in my pizza. So I'm going to give myself, I'll say 40, I'm going to give myself 40 calories for that. And then the veggies, which is nothing but onions and bell pepper and the olives. But this is a definite win-win. Oh, that part was crunchy. I could hear it crunch. So we'll bring it back on hubby's pizza, and then we'll do another little taste test if hubby lets me have a bite of his pizza. Okay, we'll bring you back. Okay, we're back. And I'm going to give you an example. And of course, y'all know, when I started at the very beginning, that this was my first time making it. Now, y'all saw my pizza. It's not hot. Now look at that. See? See how you can hear that crunch? So it's nice and crusty. And look, when I pick it up, it's not all droopy loopy like a soggy day-old bread. Day-old pizza the next day after you microwave it. Now hubby's pizza, and I don't know if the barbecue sauce had anything to do with it or not, but look, it's limpy. He did not like it because you could definitely taste it was too soggy. Now, he went ahead and ate all his fixins on top because he was starving, because this was our supper. Now, the ends of it are crunchy, just like my pizza, and they're good. But the middle part, every part that had the barbecue sauce on it, was soggy. So I don't know if this batch maybe just had too much water in it. I gotta let that cool off, and it's gonna go in the garbage because Honey doesn't want it. Now, let me get my scissors. And I just took this. This is the third pizza we made. Oh, I forgot to take it out of the parchment paper. Man. Oh, that's okay. It feels like it's still crusty on the outside. So, let's do a taste test between his side and my side. Because as you can see, let me bring this up. His is the one that's got the barbecue sauce. That one there, and then mine's the regular pot pizza sauce, and they both have pepperoni. They both have the mozzarella cheese on top, but I got veggies on mine. And look, you can hear the crunch. It's not all soggy. So I'm curious, but let me go to his. And I cut this down the middle. I gotta be careful because this pan is hot. I literally took it out of the oven. Got some good veggies. Now let me see his. I'm gonna cut me a regular portion of pizza slice. Hot. Hot, 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 hot. Ooh, that was hot. I touched the sauce because I was trying to get a grip. Okay. Well, I'm struggling to cut, but look at that. So you know what? Do yourself a huge favor when you're taking the excess water do it in smaller batches so you can make sure that each batch of chicken has as much water taken out of it as possible, because it's very easily possible that part of the dough, it's not really dough, but part of the crust had extra moisture in it, and that's why they're soggy. Now look at mine. Same thing, and I'm going to turn this upside down. Look at that. Oop, I'm losing all my fixings. And on his, same thing. So it's not the barbecue sauce. And this is a perfect example of it. It must be there was extra moisture in his crust of why it's so soggy. Let's do a comparison right quick here. So here is one big piece, and of course it's empty. In here, and you could definitely feel the crust. It's crunchy here in the bottom of the center, but his, you could definitely, you can't see it, but you can feel it. It's soggy. It's soggy in the middle here. So this pizza had too much moisture in it, so that's why it didn't work. So as a tip, work in small batches of a can of chicken. Squeeze all the water out as much as you can possible, but do it in small batches. Okay, and then put your mix in your your egg, your Parmesan cheese, whatever seasonings you want to put on there to flavor your dough. Mix it, mix it, mix it, mix it really well, and then press it onto your pan to make the shape of the pizza, whatever shape you want to do. And then put it in the oven and do the rest. So here's a little tip of something that I learned, and I will definitely be putting this on my little list because I will be making this again, because number one, we like pizza, and number two, we really both really want to lose some weight. So the only way we're going to do it is to start eating stuff that's low-cal. So anyway, I thank you so much for watching. We catch you in the next video. Don't forget to hit like, comment, and share. And in the description box, I will put the full description with the recipe and the ingredients, and I'll do a pop-up of all the ingredients just so you know what are that. But the full recipe will be in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. We catch you in the next video. Bye-bye.